Hello, today I will tell you about the best top background check service. After going through many programs in this category, I found the best option, which I liked. I have been using it for 5 years now. It's an accurate source of information about people search and background checks, especially criminal records and traffic. In this short video, I will share with you 3 very useful secrets that make it truly the best in the top background checks category. It's about TRUTHFINDER. I will leave the link to the official website under this video. Look carefully at the screen so as not to miss the most important information.
TRUTHFINDER is a more expensive option for those looking for better background verification services, but it does its best to provide value. Although many services will charge you a one-time fee for a report, they may not tell them everything they wanted to know when they start to check their background information. I prefer the monthly subscription offered by TRUTHFINDER because it allows you to dig deeper into your research and you can always unsubscribe when you find the information you want. TRUTHFINDER allows you to search for your own information in its database. This includes a dark web search that will tell you if your personal information was part of a data breach. This site requires you to conduct a people search before entering your personal information and paying for a subscription. This can take a long time, and I also found it difficult to navigate the reports. Regardless, careful search results and the accuracy of the information generated there have convinced the TRUTHFINDER to be a reliable, above-average cost of background verification service.
TRUTHFINDER is a people search site and background verification service that allows subscribers to access public information in one place for a monthly fee. This includes information such as phone numbers, addresses, and email addresses associated with the wanted person, as well as information that is more difficult to find, such as criminal records and assets.
From a technical point of view, all the information contained in people search reports can be found in other ways, but TRUTHFINDER and similar data companies pay to aggregate these data and store it in one easily accessible online repository. However, it is important to note that due to the business practices of services such as TRUTHFINDER and others, the information found is not guaranteed to be accurate or up to date. There may be missing, inaccurate, or outdated information, or simply information related to the wrong person. This can happen, for example, if more than one person with the same name lives in the same state. It is also important to note that the FCRA defines how this information can and cannot be used. Due to expected inaccuracies in most, if not all, people search reports, TRUTHFINDER cannot be used as a people search or background checker service to determine a person's eligibility for any of the following: tenant candidacy, job candidacy, and other purposes, as indicated by FCRA.
Despite the illegal use cases, TRUTHFINDER and similar companies are legitimate services that use the power of a data broker to make a profit. The information in the reports is accurate despite possible inaccuracies.
One of the biggest challenges when using TRUTHFINDER is subscribing to the service. Unfortunately, I could not find a direct way to subscribe to TRUTHFINDER. Potential subscribers must follow the funnel. This means that you will need to search for people and click on a specific report before registering and paying the commission. This is a process that takes quite a long time, about 10 minutes. It seems like a waste of time, but it is necessary to pay for the subscription. TRUTHFINDER is expensive. Expect to pay $27.78 for a 1-month membership. For a 2-month membership, the cost is around $46, but remember that your subscription will automatically renew until you cancel it.
Finding people with TRUTHFINDER is relatively easy once you've signed up and sent a payment. Search results appear in seconds, and reports can be accessed in just one click.
I was surprised to find very few duplicate profiles, which means one report will be attached to the person's name instead of several. However, this becomes more complicated if a person regularly uses a pseudonym. In this case, there may be several reports for this person, or the report will not be found. Before you start, I recommend that you know the person's real name in full. It is also helpful to know at least one state of residence in order to refine the results. One of the biggest benefits of using TRUTHFINDER is the information in the reports. While there is no guarantee that all of the information in any report is 100% correct, I found that TRUTHFINDER's people search and background checks had fewer cases of disinformation than most other services. TRUTHFINDER also provides a higher level of granularity for certain types of information. For example, birthdays are shown in full, while most other services of the same type only show partial dates. Many services choose to refrain from advertising such information because of the risk that specific information could be used to commit fraud. However, from the point of view of the average consumer, this is valuable data. Likewise, while TRUTHFINDER does not disclose any person's social security number, it can indicate the year and state in which the social security number was issued.
TRUTHFINDER really excels in 3 areas: criminal convictions, work history, and social media account results.
TRUTHFINDER has multiple levels of conviction matching, which means you can find convictions that may or may not be related to the person you are looking for. But you can use your common judgment to determine if those associations are true. I searched several people and found criminal records and traffic records that most other search sites couldn't find. These criminal records and traffic records are also much more detailed than the records I found on other search sites and include case type, case number, and criminal description, among other tidbits. In the case of job history, TRUTHFINDER pulls information directly from LinkedIn when those profiles are publicly viewable. This method seems to be more reliable than those used by other search sites and also produces results in the form of a resume.
TRUTHFINDER seems to offer a wide network when it comes to linking social media profiles to individuals. So it is expected that so many profiles do not actually belong to the person you are looking for. But I did find unconventional results like Amazon wishlists that subscribers might be interested in.
On a less serious note, there is some data that may not be strictly necessary, but interesting nonetheless. TRUTHFINDER not only includes the person's astrological sign in its report data, but also allows users to check the compatibility of the relationship with the person they are looking for. How seriously you decide to consider this information is entirely up to you. Finally, I found the timeline feature useful. It organizes the information in the person's record in chronological order. I recommend that subscribers make full use of TRUTHFINDER's self-monitoring tools. This is another area where TRUTHFINDER has some interesting features. You can request your own report and make changes to it, or alternatively, hide your report from other TRUTHFINDER users while you're a paying customer. You also have the option to perform a dark web scan that tracks your email addresses and other personal information to see if they were a part of a data breach.
Due to the nature of people search sites, I prefer the subscription model that TRUTHFINDER uses over the pay-per-report model. In the latter case, the subscriber is required to pay for report information, which may or may not be reported.
Most of the TRUTHFINDER's drawbacks lie in the website design and usability. Prior to signing up, potential customers are led down a funnel. This funnel is designed to convince customers that their searches are being performed in real time, which means that the website is actually viewing millions of records at a given moment. This is unlikely, and this funnel exists simply to create the illusion that the information is as relevant as possible. It is a waste of time to sit through the end of the tunnel, as well as answering questions that ask you to clarify details about the person you are looking for. For example, whether they lived in a certain condition or you suspect they have a criminal record. Your answers do not affect the results of your query. The fact that you have no choice but to go down the funnel to sign up also worsens our otherwise positive attitude towards TruthFinder.
While the information in the reports I found was more or less accurate, I found it quite difficult to navigate the reports themselves, mainly because I didn't know what I could find.
There was a lot of information that I was not aware of whether or not it would appear, such as bankruptcy reports, liens, or assets. These categories are more clearly defined on other search sites. I think TruthFinder reports will benefit from both cleanup and more detailed information about what can and cannot be found. The full scope of the tools available to the subscriber is also unclear. For example, I found a lot of self-monitoring tools in pop-up windows when accessing various reports. TruthFinder will also benefit from a more organized custom dashboard. I found it unusual that other TruthFinder services were offered at an additional monthly cost. This means that you will need to pay almost $5 more per month to match the information found in the People Search report by searching by phone number or email address. Physical location addresses are included in the People Finder subscription, but I find the additional costs undermining the relatively high quality of TruthFinder services.
TruthFinder isn't cheap, and I find it too expensive to pay any amount over $25 for a consumer search service. This is a major drawback for TruthFinder, but those willing to pay for short-term use may find this service beneficial.
Less expensive options include Spokeo and White Pages. However, I believe that for purposes of self-monitoring and dark web scanning, consumers are better off subscribing to a more legitimate service. TruthFinder is not very outspoken with its customer service capabilities. There is a number people can call for help, but customer service hours are not advertised. The TruthFinder website has an FAQ section, which, however, provides answers to your questions. TruthFinder is very willing to tell you how to unsubscribe, which means you can request that your information be removed from the TruthFinder database. Go to the TruthFinder opt-out page and search for your own report to submit your request. TruthFinder indicates that the request can take up to 48 hours to complete. Unsubscribing from TruthFinder is relatively easy. In the Your Account section of the Membership Settings tab, you can find a link to unsubscribe. Once clicked, you'll be taken to a separate funnel that tries to convince you to stay. TruthFinder will even offer its services at a discounted price while you remain a subscriber. As long as you click on the latest cancellation notice, you should receive a cancellation notice in your inbox.
Thanks for choosing us, and we're making more videos for you, so stay tuned with our channel.